This is a Gehl RT210 compact track loader. It's made by Mercury Promotions and it's in 1/25 scale. Now Mercury Promotions I'm really not familiar with. I'm sure they make other things in Diecast, but I'm not sure what. I've always been a fan of the 1/25 scale equipment just because it's bigger, it's got a lot more heft, and it often has a lot better details than what you'll find on the smaller stuff. It just looks better sitting on the shelf. And this is definitely no exception. Now, just to look at it, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of detail on the machine, but it'll surprise you. It's pretty well built. You could definitely give this to the kids and it'll probably survive for a pretty long time. The range of motion is great. The dump angle is fantastic. The bucket does pop off. I'm not sure if that'll work with the Bobcat attachments. I don't think it will. I don't think Mercury makes any other attachments for this, but it's still cool that it pops off. It's nice that it does. The paint is really good. The decals are also very good. Everything's pretty crisp. You got the nice ride control logo right there. The tracks are decent. They're, I don't know, maybe not the best, but they certainly look the part. Now, like I said, the finer details. So you got all your remotes there on the side, which are cool. You got your lift support. So if you want to basically, if you want to tilt the cab forward, you run your loader arms all the way up to get them out of the way, and you throw this this red brace down, and it covers up your cylinder here, and it'll set down against the jacket, and basically it's a safety where it prevents the loader from coming down for any reason. Like it's a physical barrier to keep the loader from coming down, which is cool. Now I say that to you know, you put that up to tilt the cab up to work on the insides, and that's exactly what you can do with the model, which is cool. Not only that it tilts up, but also that you do have, it's kind of hard to see, you got your drive motors in there, basically everything in there that should be there. Your end of the motor and your electronics, your controls and all that, it's all right down in there, which is really cool. And along with the cab tilting up, the hood also opens up, and the radiator guard does swing open, and you can get a good look at the other end of the motor if you can ever see down in there. It's kind of hard to get a good look in there, but you can see everything, which is really cool. And that's what's so great about the 1/25 scale stuff. It's just the amount of detail is fantastic. I've always been a fan. Now, as far as the cab goes, you do have a cab door, which is nice, and a wiper, also cool. But the door does open up, which is nice. And inside, you can see that the lap bar can also be raised up out of the way, which is really cool. You got your joysticks and everything. Basically, everything that should be in the cab is in there, and it's really nice. You normally don't get that kind of detail on the 1/50th scale stuff, and like I said, I'm a fan. Now, Gehl, unfortunately, is on its way out of business. Gehl primarily makes forage equipment. Like basically, they're a dairy farm manufacturer. You know, they make hay tools and just that basically everything to support a dairy farm. And unfortunately, in the United States, most dairy farms are going out of business just because your cost of production is so high, and what you're getting paid for your product is oftentimes at the level of production or below. So it sucks to say, but most dairy farms, you can either work all year to lose $50,000, or you can get out of the business and go and do something else, or transfer. You know, some farmers have been lucky to get into to get in the grains and make it work. But most dairy farms are just selling out entirely because the money's just not there. You can stay home and make no money every day, or you can go to work, dairy farms work 24 hours a day. You can work 24 hours a day, 365 a year, and lose $50,000, lose $100,000, or you can stay home and lose no money. So it's a difficult choice, but that's the way things are going. Now, Gehl, traditionally, I believe they made their own rubber tire, their wheeled skid loaders. But the compact track loaders are actually Takeuchis, or Takeuchis, whatever you want to call them. They were just, they would get them from Takeuchi and rebrand them. Gehl also makes the Mustang skid loaders. And the Mustangs and the Gehls and Takeuchis, they all have a very, very strong following. The guys that love them absolutely love them. Takeuchi makes a very good machine, and by extension, Gehl's, the Gehl versions, it's the same machine, but they're still nice. They're very strong, very reliable, very productive machines. They're efficient, and to be honest, they're hard to beat. So, whether or not Gehl continues to keep their name on the skid loader, I really don't know. I guess it depends on whether or not they're making money at it, but as far as their founding business, which is the forage equipment, that's probably going to disappear soon, if not already. I think their parent company is Manitou, which makes an awful lot of stuff. They're a very big material handling equipment. They make telehandlers out the wazoo. So maybe they'll continue the skid loader line just based on that. But other than that, though, Gehl is probably not long for this world. So there's one more thing I wanted to point out. So these are promotional models. They make these things to help sell the real machine. So the box, it's got all the tools on the back, and it talks about Gehl a little bit. And then over here, it talks about the automatic track tensioning system. So it's got a picture of the engine not running, and the track's got a little bit of slack, and then there's a picture with the engine running and the slack's taken out. And down here it says, the industry exclusive automatic track tensioning system dynamically maintains proper tension during operation and releases tension when the engine is turned off. The Ideal Track's automatic track tensioning system does not function on the Diecast model. That just kills me. Because somebody out there thought, you know what, some knucklehead is going to complain or, do something where, oh, the track tensioner doesn't work on the model. It just kills me that somebody out there said we have to point out that there's no running engine on this Diecast model. Anyway, that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. I have an immense amount of useless knowledge when it comes to heavy equipment. I don't know why I know the stuff I do, but I do. As always, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to Maryland Construction Diecast.